Lombrian, I see you're having a tea time here.
Yeah, do you want to join? I have 1 cup for you here.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I will join. Nice tea. Let me ask you, have you served in the armed forces?
Well, I know. I've completed special training when I was a student. Why are you interested?
Because our next guest will introduce us with a special nutritious system designed for soldiers. And by the way, this is the first time in our program when we are not supposed to cook. So let us introduce our guest today, the British Embassy's Defense Attache for Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, Rob Baxter.
It's Talk and Cook Show. Let's get started. Hi, Steve, how are you doing?
Lovely to see you.
So, gentlemen, welcome to our kitchen. Rob, we see this kind of packs, and I would like to say that this is the first time this is something like this in this program. So, tell us more in details. What is that in particular, and what are we going to cook today?
Yes, so I was a little bit worried that this would be the least interesting preparation you'd ever seen, because it's basically just boiling water. So I brought the whole of what we would call a 24-hour operational ration pack. So that is everything that you would need to survive in terms of food for 24 hours. A breakfast, a lunch and an evening meal, and a whole lot of snacks and things like that.
So with this you can survive for 1 day?
Yep, probably more in many cases. The total of that is about 4,000 calories, which is a lot of food if you ate that in 24 hours. If you're working very hard, then you might need that in the cold weather. If you were somewhere here in Kazakhstan in winter, maybe you would need that much food in 1 day. Other times, maybe slightly less, and it could last you longer.
What do we have here?
Yeah.
Can you just explain us, show us?
Yeah, so I'll pull out the 2 sort of main meals we have here. So this is menu number 8. It's a halal ration pack, so suitable for anyone that needs halal food or vegetarian in general. So we have a Moroccan-style bean stew and a sort of potato curry, an aloo there. The breakfast item here is a instant porridge, kasha. So I think we'll probably do all of those, and then we can add to it with some snacks. So we have
snacks, right?
Yeah, various things. These are biscuits which have a cheese spread that can go with them, and then there are a whole lot of biscuits, a sort of cinnamon cake. Some apricot kind of flapjack biscuits, we would call it, oat type biscuits. Another sort of fruit flapjack based thing, and cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream, even that.
Yeah, and then also salted peanuts as well. They're just things that you can eat as you go along there. And then the rest of the items, there's a whole lot of items for making drinks, so tea, coffee, sugar,
like beverage, right?
and white nose in there. My spoon is in there as well.
Okay.
And then a series of different flavoured energy drink, sort of isotonic type drinks, and a hot chocolate mix. Yes. So lots of different additional items that go with
just to keep
the 3 basic meals.
Yourself energized, right?
Absolutely.
For the day.
Absolutely.
Let me start from boiling and cooking some.
Yeah, so I also brought along what I would normally be using. So we'd normally use something like this, which is a solid fuel cooker.
Oh, wow.
That you would just put together.
It's very handy.
I don't have any fuel for it, but that's a little bit dangerous to bring over in my baggage, but yeah, something like that. And then this is similar to the type of pots that we would use. You'd set that on there, put your
okay, I
food
see.
in, boil it in the bag, and then away you go. And
So literally
a flask for...
we said it's for fire or for what?
Yeah, there's a small solid fuel tablet that goes in here, a bit like the blocks used as firelighters for a wood stove.
And you cook it on the way,
and then,
right?
Yeah, you can just cook that in about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, whenever you are, yeah?
Yeah, whenever you have a chance to stop and prepare some food, yeah.
Wow, great.
And then often you will mix something up, make a hot drink, and that is a small thermos flask that you can then
yes,
carry
very handy.
and drink as you go along.
Good, yeah. So shall we start?
Yeah, let's get some water boiling.
Okay, we
Yeah,
need
sure.
a pan
We
for
have
that,
water
yeah?
here.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, we can help you. So yeah, just ask us.
It's been a while since I've cooked one of those, so maybe I do need some help. Yeah.
We have so many packages over there.
So I
First
think
of all, we need a
the
pan, right? Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Perfect.
So I think this type of food is specifically designed for the servicemen and the soldiers, right? And as we know, you are a defense attaché at the Embassy of the United Kingdom here in Kazakhstan. So let's tell us more about being on duty. What is your focus here in this country and in this region?
Yeah, well, it's a very interesting role because I get to work with the armed forces of Kazakhstan and basically we look to support them in anything that they request to help them develop particular skills, those sorts of things. So the main effort for us over quite a few years, over a couple of decades, has been the UN peacekeeping missions that Kazakhstan takes part in. So they've had quite a big commitment in Lebanon for a few years, and we've helped with the preparation of servicemen and women to go on those operations. We also do a lot of English language training for various members of the armed forces, which then helps them either on things like UN missions or to undertake other training that's conducted in English that they wouldn't perhaps normally be able to get into. This particular ration pack actually has a story connected to that as well.
Yeah.
We invite lots of foreign countries to participate in a competitive event every year. And this pack was actually carried by a Kazakh soldier who competed in something called Exercise Cambrian Patrol in Wales back in October of this year.
Oh, wow.
And they did extremely well. It's an event where you have to meet a certain standard, and there is a pass standard, a bronze, a silver and a gold, and their team got a bronze medal finish, which is a really good standard to reach. It's actually quite an achievement just to get around. And I think they were moving so fast that they forgot to eat. So this is actually left
that
over.
is very important. Yeah. Do not forget to eat, right?
Indeed. So they had a couple of packs left over, and this is one of them that I brought along. So some real provenance to this from.
Wow,
I hope it survived reasonably well in the 48 hours of that competition.
Yeah. So we have the water here now.
So I'm going to put these two in together, and literally, we are just boiling water with the packs.
Oh, with the packs inside, right? Okay.
In the water. There we go. Let's tuck that down a little bit.
So when we're gonna open this package?
It's going to take us about probably 5 to 10 minutes. Boiling. I think a little bit longer because I put two in together there, where normally you'd just be cooking one at.
So now it has to be just packed.
Simmering. Yeah. And that will heat the contents. You can actually eat all of these things cold if you have to. I wouldn't recommend it. The taste improves slightly when it's warmer, and certainly it's a bit nicer to eat when it's warmed up.
But
it's already cooked, right?
It's already pre-cooked. Yes.
Pre-cooked,
So you could literally just open the packet and eat it as is. But it's a little bit nicer warm through
For sure.
in the pan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what we'll do, because we also have our breakfast meal there, once we've finished with the main meals, we can then use the water to make the instant porridge, or a cup of tea or coffee or something like that as well. So it's quite efficient in terms of the what you're using. Obviously, as a soldier, you have to carry everything with you, so the less you need to make the food, prepare the food, the better.
So as you said, you have the main course.
Yep.
For the second dish, you have something else, right?
Yeah, usually you'd pick something from the snacks that go with it. Yeah.
And dessert.
Yes. So particularly for the main meal, I think I'd normally have something like the cinnamon cake, the equivalent of that from this menu, to go as the dessert for.
And that is for 24 hours.
All of that would last you. Yeah.
So for the first
24
time,
hours.
what soldiers do have for just for eating? They have to eat the first course, main course.
Yeah.
Yes. And during the day, they will try.
Yeah, just keep topping up with the snacks, and the drinks and the rest
But
of
the main thing
packets
they
then.
have to remember that they have what they have in the ration.
Yeah, I think that's important that you do. We joked about the team moving fast and not using all of their rations in that competition. But you do sometimes need to stop and particularly hydrate. Again, these sachets of drinks are designed to make it a little more pleasant to drink a lot of water, so you have some flavour to it.
So you mentioned the competition that our armed forces, our soldiers took part in Wales, right, in the United Kingdom. So I know that this kind of competition is being held also here in this region, right, in Kazakhstan.
Yes.
So tell us more about this kind of competitions and in broader terms about the cooperation between our countries in military forces.
I mean, I think competitions are universally popular. Everyone likes to have an opportunity to demonstrate their armed forces, demonstrate in any form of skill. So they're always a really good event to bring people together. There is a competitive edge, and everyone will want to come first, but just as importantly, it's about sharing experiences and trying new things when you come to different countries. I unfortunately haven't had an opportunity myself to take part in one of the competitions here in Kazakhstan. I've seen a couple of international events that we haven't had teams in, but I think we have competed in events in the past, and I've bumped into a surprising number of people in our armed forces who say, "Oh yeah, I was in Kazakhstan a few years ago. I remember this." So it certainly has fond memories for them, and I hope that the reverse is true for the members of your armed forces that went to Wales.
How many countries did you have?
Oh wow! This year I think was one of the largest international participations. So I think it was something like 44 different countries that took part.
It's big,
yes. And one of the largest events. So over 130 teams.
Yeah, so the competition is high, really. Yeah.
Absolutely, it's we're very proud of the reputation this competition has, and the fact that so many people want to take part in it and show off their own armed forces capability.
Okay, yes, but how our countries cooperate?
Yeah, I mean, my job is very much about finding out what is in both our interests and trying to put that cooperation together. So, as I say, there's a lot in the UN peacekeeping world. We're very keen to encourage anyone that wants to participate in UN missions to actually get a part and play a part on that international peacekeeping and peace building stage. And Kazakhstan has been very successful in that. Has done a lot of work, and are now actually sort of returning that by running courses for international forces and individuals in a variety of subjects, and the Peace Operations Centre down in Almaty, Kazakh is world class, I think.
As far as I know, this centre has been operating so far, right?
Yes, I mean it's in a slightly new format since last year. But I was privileged to go on one of their UN courses myself, and found it really interesting. I've not been on a pure UN mission. A couple that have related to UN resolutions, but not a sort of blue helmets classic UN mission. So it was very interesting to hear from actually a very experienced team there who'd been to places like Western Sahara, Nepal, and the Lebanon, and to give their experience and talk about what it was like for them, what people needed to learn and understand.
Just going back to our
I'm keeping an eye on it. Yeah, exactly.
Main topic, right?
It started boiling away there, so I'll give it one more rotation, I think, just to make sure that, again, we're warming that up.
I'm just going to ask you about the weight of these backpacks.
Yeah, I didn't weigh it, but yeah, you've got probably close to a kilo, 1 kilogram for each one of those sets, which is, when you've got everything else that you're carrying, that's reasonably significant. So you would probably only carry 2, maybe 3 of those with you at once, and then the rest would be brought up as a resupply.
And what else they need to bring?
Primarily water would be the other thing that you would be carrying lots of.
10 liters?
Probably 6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yeah. Usually we have a couple of bottles that we carry, and then quite often we have these hydration packs that have a straw that you can drink on the move, which is quite a useful innovation that's come along in the last few years.
Our field ration is not ready enough, but let's take a break. I'm going to introduce you to some interesting facts about the Great Britain. Stonehenge is one of the oldest monuments in the world, built in the south of England around 3000 BC, previously the Egyptian pyramids. This is one of the half-wonders in the world. The most popular sports invented in the kingdom are football, rugby, cricket, boxing, and golf. Invented in St. Andrews, Scotland in 1457, the game of golf is now the national sport of Great Britain. King James II of Scotland banned the game because it interfered with army training in archery. Popular dishes in Great Britain include fish and chips, roast beef, and Yorkshire beef, but the national dish is chicken tikka, prepared according to an Indian recipe. English legends and folk tales still capture the world's imagination. Just like its literature and history, England's many folk tales and legends have captivated the world. You can explore these enchanting stories while you're here. For example, one legendary Englishman is Robin Hood. The stories say he was an outlaw who stole from the rich to give to the poor.
I'm really curious about how we will distract this food out of these bags.
I think I'll be safe in saying that it's probably not going to be the tastiest food you've ever had prepared on this show. But I think hopefully it'll be interesting, and it will give you some idea. So we're going to try and gently open this, and as I mentioned,
oh, this you open, right?
This is instant porridge. So you can see just porridge flakes and a little bit of
it's a dry form.
Dried skimmed milk will be in there as well. So I will pop that one in here, just to keep it upright, and demonstrate our.
They're getting bigger a little bit.
Yeah. The food will. You find the food doesn't look very appetizing when it's cold, but it does sort of.
Do you need plates for that?
Better. I think we'll.
Okay. So you're sure that it's done now?
I think that's good. Yeah. It certainly feels warm enough. There we go. And you see it's.
Yes. I can feel the smell of the food.
You can smell it. It definitely smells.
It's good.
A little bit of taste to that. So we're going to.
Okay.
So that is for one person.
That's one meal for one person. So I mean I would have selected that from the pack as my evening meal.
Okay.
This one
yeah.
would have been maybe for lunchtime, which is a chickpea and potato curry.
Okay, that's a bean.
Yes.
There, and then
I think it's fine just to eat it with a spoon and grab it from the packet itself.
that's exactly how you would do it. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely don't have a time to serve it, right? Like with forks and knives and eat it properly.
This is it. Yeah. So
Yeah, because
you want to make as little mess as possible as well, because it's less to clean.
Yes, yeah, less to
with
clean,
your,
right.
The stuff there as well. So.
Okay. This is, by the way, Moroccan-style bean stew. Yeah. And here we have pindi chana aloo. What is that exactly, Rob?
Yeah, so aloo would be a, I think probably Indian in origin curry, vegetable curry.
Vegetable.
So this particular one is chickpeas and potato, I believe.
So it doesn't involve meat, right?
Nope.
Okay. This is
So
vegan,
all
right?
of these
Yeah.
are vegetarian options. Mm-hmm. There we go, and there is our porridge, our kasha,
Our kasha, right?
which would be
Good for the breakfast, yeah.
would be a breakfast meal there. So that is very minimal preparation, but those are ready to eat.
Yeah, okay. Are we done here?
I think we're done here, so we can maybe take those through and give them a try.
Yes, I want to invite you to our next room and we can taste it and yes, to talk a little bit more about your living experience in Kazakhstan.
Fantastic.
Okay, let's go. Okay, gentlemen, now I think it's time to taste our military soldiers' meals, right? So let us do it. Okay. So I have what do I have? What is the name
You
of
have
it?
the pindi aloo, so vegetable curry.
Vegetables curry, right?
what is mine?
And no, I'm sorry, you have the Moroccan bean. I do apologise, Moroccan bean, and you have the pindi aloo, chickpea and potato curry.
Pindi aloo beans.
I want to ask here, Lambrian, have you served in the armed forces? Do you recall something?
What can I
What
say?
you have eaten?
It was already prepared, so we just warm it in the boiled water. And I think it's good, yes, in the field conditions.
Yeah.
For soldiers, yes.
But I feel the spice.
The most well presented that these dishes will ever be. But yes, if you're cold and hungry.
And here we have juices, also made out of the powder.
So we made our powdered juice. I think we have a lemon flavour here. Again,
Okay.
Never before drunk from a glass. But,
And here we have desserts. that
we
you can
have some
also,
extra snacks there. Yes.
take with you, keep with you, and also like it will give you some, extra energy, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So there often used to be chocolate in our rations when I first joined the army, but it didn't keep very well if you go somewhere with a warm climate, that it just melts and as you're carrying it around. So most of the snacks.
Okay,
now are
can
these.
we open it up and
Please
taste it?
do. Yeah. Let's give those a try as well.
I think the flapjack
sweets.
folded here, right? It's folded.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you already bite it. Oh, it's like ground.
Yeah, I think this one's broken up a bit. It should be a bit more bar-like. But, maybe there's a piece there.
So that broke.
It's like a fitness bar we have in our gyms. Rob, let me do a little transition into your living experience here in Kazakhstan.
Yes.
You've been living here for how many years now?
Just over 2 years now.
Two years, but
yeah.
it's quite yes.
Yeah, it's very different. This is actually the first time my family and I have lived overseas.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on operations overseas, but this is the first time we've lived as a family somewhere abroad, which is really it's been a really great experience. It's somewhere really different. It's not somewhere that too many British tourists go to. Unfortunately, I find myself recommending it to lots of people who ask, because we've had a great time. We really enjoyed travelling around and just the diversity of such a huge country. We've driven down to the south and spent some time in the Almaty region. We've driven up to the north and around Semey and places like that. So we really enjoyed travelling around, and there are so many different places to go to.
So how have you been doing so far?
Yeah, I've put a lot of miles on the car. It's lots of. We like to drive to places to find out what's there and just see some more of the country, rather than just fly into a city and only see the airport. And
that's always a better idea, right?
Yeah. So we've seen camels at the side of the road. We've seen eagles.
Yeah.
And for my two youngest children who are here with us, that's just been such a great experience for them. They've loved
What
it.
about national cuisine? Have you tasted something?
I've tried quite a bit. Yes, I've certainly had beshbemak.
What was your impression?
It's good. I think my favourite cuisine, I'm afraid it's more Central Asian than Kazakh, but I do like plov.
Yes.
That's something new that I discovered and I really like. But I do really like baosaki.
Barsaks,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
This is our
Small one or big one?
I prefer the smaller ones, I have to say, yeah.
And I think this is time for us to introduce something
we
of
have
our
something for you
traditional
here, so-
cuisine. It's a traditional dessert, and Labrian will tell you more about it.
Fantastic.
So the name of it, tok basar. Yeah, it's made from the homemade cheese, blended in ground, and that is cheesecake, kind of like cake.
Yeah.
So it's sweet.
Okay, I have a sweet tooth, as we would say, so that's good.
Yeah, you can enjoy it. So
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
It's made out of the homemade
And just
cheese,
share your
right?
feelings and expressions. What do you think?
I'm sure you like it.
No, that's really nice. So it's a sort of, how do I describe it? Sort of pastry, but very sweet.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which is
That's
really
why
nice.
I didn't tell you about the pastry.
Yeah.
So you feel it. What about homemade cheese?
Do you feel it? This is one of the key ingredients we use in most of our dishes here in Kazakhstan.
Yes, so I definitely got the flavour of that with that layer there. No, that's really nice.
Our kind recommendation for a field Russia. So just add it for a field Russia.
An addition for a future menu, I think so, yeah.
That would do your soldiers very happy, I think.
Yeah, they will be happy, right?
And we have one more thing. It's not end of our show.
Yeah.
Wow. This amazing white bag. And what you find inside, that is gent. So you'll find a lot of chocolates here, but the gent inside. So when you bite it, you'll feel it. Just enjoy it.
Thank you
And
so
gent,
much.
Yeah,
again,
and-
is a very traditional
Yes,
element of our cuisine.
With the brand new show,
with the
Talk
menu
and
bag.
Cook.
I will, definitely keep this. This is a first for me, being on a catering program. But that would be a fantastic memory to do that, because I don't think the chocolates will last very long.
Great.
Thank you so much.
So we were very pleased to have you with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you for introducing us the soldier's meal, right? This is very important, how we really feed those are being in serve, right, on duty. So again, thank you very much.
It's been my pleasure.
Yes, for being with us today. And that's it for today. For more episodes of Talk and Cook, please watch Silkware TV channel. See you later. Bye-bye.